Hello.
Hello. Welcome to episode 42.
They think we're talking to them.
The dogs think we're talking. Well, you know, this episode has gone to the dogs if you follow on Snapchat.
No one follows on Snapchat.
Everyone follows me on Snapchat. Local farm mom, if you're on Snapchat, look me up.
Literally no one follows you.
I have lots of followers, Danna.
They're in West Yaga High School.
That might be true. They're all high schoolers. But I should be flattered that the high schoolers want to follow me. I'm such a cool mom.
We have spent... I can't. I'm just ignoring this entire thing.
Listen, I was not a mom wearing my leather dress at your 40th birthday party.
You guys... Well, wait. We're already going to talk about this?
We're diving right in.
We're diving right in. Okay,
Episode 42. It's big stuff.
We had a big day today, you guys. We have spent the whole morning trying to figure out all of our life's issues.
I haven't worked like a lick of what would actually make me money. My house is a mess.
There'll
be nothing for dinner, but by golly.
No one has clothes to wear. But we think we got back on Apple, maybe.
Woo-hoo.
Fingers crossed. So hopefully, maybe in the next 24 hours to 48 hours.
Your lighting is way better over there, by the way. My lighting's steep.
Well, you are like sitting in the dark. You know why? Because
you have the sunlight. It's okay.
Natural light. So we spent the morning doing that. And then if you noticed, we used the music, but we didn't use the, hi, I'm Danna.
I'm Kristin. Welcome to our podcast.
So we think we're just going to try this. So you have to let us know what you think. Whatever. So that's that.
Basically, it boils down to we paid like $80 for that song, and we don't want to spend another $80 on a new song.
We're just going to use it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Kristin wore a leather dress.
Woohoo! From
Knuth's. From Knuth's. You guys, my family and my friends are amazing. And when I thought my birthday was over, as it should have been.
Which it is officially February 1st. We're done with January.
January is over.
Done.
But this past Saturday night, they threw me a surprise party. And you guys, they got me. They got me.
We did. I mean, honest to goodness, I did not think we could pull this off. But we did.
They got me. Like, big time got
Your
me.
Your mom and Tom.
Mm-hmm. And Kristin. They got me. They pulled it off. We went skiing. We went up to New York this past weekend. We went Thursday, Friday, Saturday up to New York with our cousins. And we came home and I was exhausted.
We had a very busy weekend too. Danna knew we were going to be at Kalahari. I spoke at a conference. Mm-hmm. We had Archie in town to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah. So I was like...
Busy.
And it was funny because I privately complained to my husband that I was disappointed that my best friend and I would not be able to celebrate my birthday this year. And that was truly...
In case anybody wondered, because, we don't really get along most of the time.
We don't have any other friends. It was really... No, I was so excited because I went on this amazing cruise with my closest friends and family, and Kristin wasn't able to go. And so I was just bummed that we had not been able to celebrate. It was really the only thing.
Properly celebrate.
We couldn't even figure out a good time to go to dinner. We were just that busy this whole last month. And Tom kept saying to me, I'm sure that they'll figure something out. And I was like, no, you don't understand. We're going to be skiing. They're in Kalahari. There are no times at all that we're going to be able to work this out. It's not going to happen. And I was really, really bummed about it. And then on top of me being bummed about it, my so-called best friend has been kind of avoiding me, as have all of my friends. No one is around.
We're all afraid we were going to blow it.
No one would talk to me. My sister-in-law completely avoiding me. My other friends are avoiding me.
Meanwhile, I've been talking to Tom, and we kind of laughed because I'm sending code messages okay, Tom, because he's she's been going through my phone. She's looking at things.
Everyone's Danna's being real weird lately. Oh, maybe it's because none of her friends are speaking to her. So I don't know.
The code word was, Tom, if I text you, I really need some help with my smoker. That means you got to call me.
Right. So if they ever have an affair, it's under that code word.
Right. Well, I just sent a text that said, did your wife leave the house yet?
Right. Not weird at all.
I'm okay, that doesn't sound very good. Let's come up with something else.
So we went skiing, and after we came home on Saturday, and we literally slept all day on the couch. I was so tired that I told Tom we had plans to go to my aunt's for dinner. It was also my mom's birthday this past week and my future sister-in-law's birthday. So we had plans to
we should talk about her, too.
Okay.
If we can fit it in.
Okay. We had plans to just go have pizza at my aunt's house. That's what I was told. My aunt sent out a family text hey, let's celebrate Danna and Heidi and Kelsey's birthday. Come on over. 6:30.
Meanwhile, we had a secret text going out that says, don't blow it, with a bunch of candles.
I had no idea.
We have a surprise party for Danna.
Mm-hmm. So I said, let's lie to my mom and say, not just to my mom, to my family, and say we're still in New York. No one will know. because no one knows that we were really coming back at what time. So I thought.
I would have known.
Well, apparently 60 people would have known. I thought we would just say, we decided to stay in New York. We're not going to come. And Tom, let's stay home and lay on the couch in our pajamas and order pizza. Tell me that doesn't sound like the best night ever.
Sounded pretty fantastic.
And I was fighting hardcore for this.
You were. We all knew it. You told me. You told your mom.
I said, Mom, I don't want to go. I said, Mom, why is it
And I said, it's not
this?
about you, Danna. It's about your mom and your soon-to-be sister-in-law.
I know. And so I finally got up and I said, well, I'm not showering then. And Tom was like,
You stink.
I think you need a shower. And I said, fine, but I'm putting sweats on. And he goes, well, you can wear whatever you want, but I'm going to throw on a pair of jeans. I'm like, so I was like, fine, I'll go put jeans
Meanwhile,
on.
Ty and I talked about, like, don't press the outfit too hard because she's going to get suspicious.
Right. And so they finally got me over there. And I walked in the house and my whole family was there as I expected. And then my aunt was like, did you see over there? And I like
Her
turned
aunt
around.
has a very lovely home.
She does.
It was
She has
just a perfect place to have
beautiful
it.
home. And so like I turn around and sure enough.
Bill Patterson.
Uh-oh, Bill Patterson.
Should we bring him on our podcast?
Oh, this will be funny. Maybe we should.
Do you want to? You might want to. Should we tell him though?
Hi, Bill.
Can you hear him?
Hi, Bill.
Is it not working?
Oh, maybe I hung up on him. Oh, I hung up on him.
Maybe he'll call right back.
Maybe he will.
Text him, say, call me back. And they all yelled surprise. And that was that. So it was the coolest thing ever. I've never had like a real surprise party thrown. It was like 60 of our closest friends and family, 50, I don't know how many. It was amazing. My mom just rocked it. She apparently organized so much.
She did.
And it was great. And Kristin and Tom helped her pull this off, which was so cool. But everyone was like, you were a real, you know what, this week. I'm like, really? Well, if your friends were avoiding you for however long, you probably would have been too.
But it's all in video. I think I can cut it out. But like Danna hugged me, and Danna's not a hugger.
Oh,
She
yeah, you
hugged
have to know.
everybody. She has an anti-physical touch. Like, ask her husband.
I'm not a sentimental person. I'm not a physical person. And so I literally
hugged
walked around
everybody.
and hugged every person because I really, you guys, was so
But to
incredibly
me,
grateful.
she's shaking her hands, telling me how angry she was at me.
I'm like gonna cry right now. I was
so
crying.
mad at you.
I'm like, I just wanted to celebrate with you, and you kept avoiding me.
Yeah. So it was a great time.
And she
It
kept
really
being
was.
like, oh well, your birthday's over. Get over it. Like, she was being so snarky and mean about it. And I was
We're
like,
done.
And then this was why. But if your best friend was being snarky and mean about it, you would have been like that too. I'm just saying.
Oh, Bill
Oh,
says
he
he
has
cannot call
bad
back
spots.
because he's driving down Mulberry and he doesn't have AirPods, so the sound will be bad. He doesn't want to be a guest on it.
He doesn't want to be. And then he's the one that always says we need a guest.
I know, he could be our guest.
Whatever. So that was my weekend. It was amazing. Just in case anyone is aware, 40-year-olds should not pass a bottle of tequila around because you will throw up at 3 a.m. Because I did. End of story.
Well, I had to leave earlier, but I stayed for a
You
while.
see? Yeah.
But we had to get home because my sister and brother-in-law came, and
Which was so cool that they were there.
because
Like,
you
I was
were
really,
in town. Like, I'll stop over after to see them.
I wanted to leave. I told Kristin, I'm like, well, I'll leave my aunt's early so that I can come and see your sister because I knew she was in town and I wanted to come see her. And so it was so exciting that she was at my party.
And Campbell was babysitting Olive and Archie, and Olive, who's like, you know, just under 1, was not happy that her mommy wasn't there, and she cried the entire time. And then she stopped crying and she fell asleep. And my sister and I clearly have different parenting styles. So I'm like, okay, she's in her little pack and play. Let her cry for 15 minutes and then go in and pick her up and soothe her. And my sister's like, 15 minutes? We don't let her cry for 15 minutes. And her husband's like, Jessica, it's fine. And I'm like walking her through what to do. And it worked. And then she started again. She's getting a tooth.
Oh, she's
And so we really think that probably what it was. But
Yeah.
Campbell said that she will not be babysitting Olive ever again.
So Olivia.
Bad experience. She did love Olivia. Did you know that Anderson held Olive and tried to soothe her? Did not like Anderson.
Really?
Ian, because Jack had some friends over. Ian held Olive. Kim was like, she loved Ian and she loved Olivia.
Oh, how funny is that?
Like, they got him to stop crying.
So Olivia
for a
is
little bit.
currently taking a babysitting class through the American Red Cross.
Campbell said she took Told her all about it.
Yeah, so she's
Campbell
taking...
did hers too.
Did she?
A couple years ago.
Yeah, so she's taking to get, like, certified to be a babysitter because she's
And
really...
CPR probably.
She's really into it because she's like, Mom, I want to make money. Like, I want to babysit. And we've had a couple people ask her, and she was a little nervous to do it, but now she's like, okay, like, she's going to be 14. She's like, I'm ready. Like, I want to do it.
Campbell said she will not be doing that for money.
So no, Liv really is like about
Campbell
it.
is not. I don't know why I loved babies.
Yeah, I always did when I was
babysat
that
a
age.
ton.
I did too. I babysat a ton when I was that age. So we have a lot of like neighbors on our street and stuff too. So I've like reached out to a couple neighbors and stuff and said like, hey, I mean, I know like that would be great if I needed a babysitter and my
Right, I think
you
that's
know,
great.
like,
And
to
such a
live
good
close.
good experience for the girls.
Yeah,
Or boys
and
to go through.
like anytime you know a kid that and you know the family and like it's someone that like is a good student and responsible, it always
Right.
like kind of makes you feel a little
For
bit
sure.
better. You know what I mean?
So they now have these at-home choke kits. My mom got my sister one.
I just heard about this.
She had it there. I'm like, an at-home choke kit? What in the world? How do we even survive?
you
Like, they've got a
imagine?
kit for everything these days, but apparently they do have these at-home choke kits that if your baby aspirates or chokes, that you can use this to, like, really suck out or something. I don't know how they work.
all I know is how long ago, a couple weeks ago, my nearly 12-year-old choked. And, I mean, Sam choked
It's scary.
the other night. Oh, you weren't here.
I wasn't here.
No, it was when you were out of town. So it was like, what, last weekend?
I was living it up in Austin.
You were. And Sam literally was eating, and he choked. Like,
no.
choked. And
I've
it
done
was-
the Heimlich before.
Well, and so I ran over, and Carrie was here, and I said, oh, my God, you guys, my sister-in-law was here, too, and I said, oh, my God, I don't even know if I know the Heimlich. Like, it was, once he was okay, I said that. Like,
Yeah.
And they were like, if you needed to do it, you would have known. Like,
You
it
would have
just
done it.
kind of, like,
Right.
comes to you, and I was like, I don't know if it does. But
So a couple,
anyways.
couple things I want to talk about. Interesting today. Who has heard of the Home Depot? This is all for all of you single men and women out there. The Home Depot, like, dating. I guess it's a TikTok. It's going around that between the hours of 7 and 9 a.m., single women go to Home Depot to find a date.
Stop it. For
Like, to the tune
what?
of 3.6 billion views on this Home Depot. Women, like, looking good. Someone said they thought that if they saw a woman, like, decked out at between 7 and 9 in the morning at Home Depot, they'd think they were doing, like, the walk of shame.
No, I would
coming
think they're,
home.
like, going before work.
I don't know. But they're looking for men who can help with all of their home improvement projects.
That's a great place to meet a guy.
Where do you think the women, the guys go to meet women? What shop would you go to?
Ulta.
Oh, Ulta would be a good one, but it's Target.
Oh, that's
Target.
good, I guess. Although I did run into your husband at Ulta.
Oh, you did. That's actually I was on the phone with your mother planning your birthday party. I'm like, you are never gonna believe it.
No
She is
way.
in the store. I gotta go.
Are you
I was
serious?
talking to your mom in the middle of Ulta
When we ran into
when
you
Bill was
guys.
buying my anti-wrinkle cream.
Stop it. Are
I
you
was
for
talking
real?
to your mom. It was so
That's
funny.
funny.
I'm like, what are the odds that your
That-
daughter would be in this store
that
when
is
I'm in the
so
store? I
weird.
never go to Ulta.
And I never go there, but Olivia had a gift card, and she wanted to
We
go
had
there.
a gift card too, and I needed this wrinkle cream.
That's very
So-
funny.
But yeah, so women go to Home Depot to look for the men between the hours of 7 a.m. I guess.
Why
and
so
9
early?
a.m.
What's the reasoning for the
Well,
time?
that's when all the good-looking worker ones come.
But they go before work.
They go before, like, they're picking up their stuff for their jobs.
Supplies.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to go between
There,
7
I
and
could
9 and
definitely
check
like
out this.
see. I could see the validity to that.
I'm gonna watch on TikTok because I'm like, what do they do? Like, act like poor, unempowered women? Like, I need a strong man to
That
take
is
care
like
of me.
such a like.
That's a turn off.
I was gonna say
Men
like
want a
that's
strong woman.
That's a total like setback for
Right.
like
So, like, a
women's
step back
rights.
in
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. This is just what they said on Hits One Radio this morning.
Although, I had to laugh at myself this morning. This is a total side note. So I wake up at 6 with Olivia, and then I kind of wake her up, make sure she gets up for school, and then I kind of go back to sleep for like a half hour until she kind of goes downstairs, and then I get her off. Once she leaves, I have a good half hour before the boys get up, and I like
you do your Today Show and coffee.
Uh-huh. So I turn the TV on, I have my cup of coffee, I'm all ready. The TV remote will not work. And I'm like,
Ruining your morning.
this has been happening recently. Like the
Did
remote
you yell
has been
Tom?
funky. No, but I'm like, okay, what do you do? I'm like, oh my God, are you just gonna? So I just sat there, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and not watch TV. Like this is dumb. So I'm like, it will not work. It will not work. I don't know what to do. So after like 5 minutes of me just sitting in silence, I was like, maybe the batteries don't work on the remote. So as I'm changing the batteries on the remote, I'm thinking to myself, if Tom died,
You would not
how
survive.
many things in my house would I not know how to work?
A lot of things.
Most things. Like most
You have a
things.
super handy husband.
But like I would not know how to turn the TV on, you guys.
Oh, come on.
Now, I want you to know it did turn out to be the batteries. So
You're an empowered Jewish woman.
Thank
you.
you
Should know this.
Thank you. I was self-sufficient this morning, and I was able to turn on the TV by changing the remote batteries. But
I think we have a button that's a round of applause.
There probably is
and
one.
If I knew which one it was,
I know, but otherwise you might get
chickens.
chickens.
That's what we need to do next. We need
label
to
those. I have a label maker.
Oh, wait, whoa. I just pushed a bunch of buttons.
That one clearly isn't affected by anything. Great, that's what it is. So my point is, like, there's so many things I don't know how to do in my house.
Figure them out. Learn how to do it.
But yet I figured out how to get us back on Apple this morning.
That was great.
But I think if I just Google stuff, I could figure it out. I think I don't give myself enough credit, probably.
You could do it. You just don't have to, and therefore...
I don't need to, so I've never learned how.
Right.
But I probably
you could
if I had
just like your cheesecake. You've never done it, but you could if you needed to. You just don't want to.
Dumb. I'm still going to go to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. So the other thing I want to talk about, bringing my agricultural hat on, is egg prices. Why do you think egg prices are so high right now, Danna?
So why are they so high?
I'm asking you first.
I genuinely do not know.
So there are so
because
many
is
little
there
theories out there.
A shortage of chickens?
So here's the thing. Chickens lay eggs for a very short period of time on a very consistent basis. So they start laying eggs around 17 to 21 weeks of age. So there's a growing period, right? Like they have to get old enough to actually lay eggs. So we have this thing called the avian influenza, if you recall. And so we lost millions of chickens. So I really do think that this shortage is due to the avian influenza, which is very short-lived because eggs will come back on, or layers will come back online, and they'll start laying eggs again. So I do think it's right now because of the avian influenza. But then you hear all these like stories and TikToks about how TSC, like the Purina and the TSC brands, they're changing their feed formula so that chickens don't lay eggs because they want there to be a shortage.
Do you really think there's truth to that?
I do not think
I do not think so either. I think that is a lot of people are like trying to like, drum up controversy, and I really don't think that there's truth to that.
So here's the thing. In the wintertime, for farmers like us, our chickens are outside, and they need a certain amount of light, which we provide them with that light, but it's colder. We're not in a regulated barn temperature where in commercial houses they are. And that's why traditional poultry farms are very necessary to our supply. Like we could not raise enough eggs. As you know, you work in the market. Like we cannot keep eggs on the shelf.
Right. So, but like if you were to go to a Costco or
they have eggs.
They do have eggs.
They have eggs, but they're sometimes limited.
So like right now, I was there the other day.
Because people hoard everything.
Well, so because there's a shortage. So I was there the other day, and it was limited to 2 per. Now my family goes through a lot of eggs. Like we just eat a lot of eggs. So like it's very normal for me to buy 2 at a time. Like that's not like abnormal for us.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. We buy eggs from Costco too.
I know you do.
Because we can't, like our customer wants our eggs. So
so you're going to sell your eggs to your customers and you'll buy your own. For your family, you'll buy from Costco. And so, I mean, and honestly, they're fine. Like it is.
And we buy white eggs if anybody wants to know. Because brown eggs are no more nutritious than white eggs.
That is something that I would like to clarify. That
organic is no more nutritious than traditional.
Thank you.
That's across the board. That's a fact.
But that's what like literally like everything. Yeah. That's a whole other argument.
Yeah, but fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Like that makes me crazy.
The myths. I call this grocery cart confusion.
Well, because
you have so many choices.
But you can charge so much more because you put a word on there.
Yeah, and so back to that a little bit is that like the organic farmers do have a lot more paperwork, and so they can only feed organic feeds.
Because they have to, so that way
they have a higher input, which that's a farm word. They have a higher cost for their feed. They have a higher cost
have to charge more than on their output.
So they do need to charge more because it's costing them more.
But so I've recently like pretty much changed my entire lifestyle to gluten-free, which has worked tremendously for me. But I do think it's funny that foods that are already naturally gluten-free are advertised as gluten-free.
For sure, it's all labeling. It's
right.
Like
so
labeling
it's all
process.
Manufacturing. It's all
about the money.
Advertising.
We'll have to talk about the Butterfly Project because I'm very anti the Butterfly Project, which is an anti-GMO movement.
No, I think
because there are not very many GMOs, and so when they put anti-GMO, I'm like, I'm sorry, Cheerios, there are no GMOs in oats.
But like in the first place, so like why? But they advertise it to make it look better.
They do because they want to sell their product, and they think
exactly
it's confusion. It's grocery.
It's all marketing.
Confusion.
It's all marketing.
It is.
So I just think it's funny. We totally got sidetracked on the egg thing there, but yeah. So I was at Costco and I bought 2. Now I I know that they used to be like so inexpensive, but so I think it was like you get 2 dozen eggs and it was like $5.
Right. So here, I always say, first of all, when prices go up at the grocery store, the farmer is getting no more money. So let's be very clear about that. This is all like in the chain of things. But eggs are still like literally the most nutritious and healthy, full protein. If you could eat, when I used to do cooking classes like in homeless shelters and things with low-income people, that is one of the most nutritious products that they can eat because it's protein, it's lots of vitamins and nutrients in an egg, and it's so cost effective. So while egg prices have gone on the rise, it is still not that expensive.
I was just
going to
say that even at their highest right now.
Yes.
So that's what I was just going to say. So a dozen eggs at Costco was $2.50 basically, which really, if you break that down, is still like not the worst thing. It's still when you consider that. When healthy foods are usually so much more expensive than buying like a processed bag
what do we
of
pay for
chips
those fruit by the foot?
Exactly.
In the box?
I mean, that's a $15 for a box of those at Costco. Like, honestly, my kids love to have a hard-boiled egg for a snack. Like,
super
that
nutritious.
makes such a difference. So, whatever. I know we're going over and we're off on a tangent now, but like,
no, it's fun. But the reason we brought it up was because your mother put the most hilarious little meme on Facebook last night. She had to text me about it. I was texting her, and she's like, "Did you look on Facebook yet?" It was this. You've all seen the funny things on social media about egg costs, but it was this like grandma working a stripper pole, and it says basically like, "What? I got to pay for my eggs."
My mom does put those some really
and my mother Grammy is commenting. Sounds like a great podcast topic. So Grammy and Grammy 2, you made the podcast.
They really, really, really want to like broadcast on their own. I think.
I wish we could like use copyrighted music and like play the work it song, the twerk it song.
Can I work it?
Can I work it? We can't though. Friends, until next time.
We'll see you next week.
We are mismatched.